All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nielsen Alex's home of all day 80 keys restreams in the main tournament. We have a fun match today in Group T between Scottish Brave, who is 3-1, against Tso. So we're not quite sure. He's good. He's playing his first match of this tournament. I'm Arya Stark2942, and I'm joined today by Sawyer. Hello, Sawyer. How are you?
Hello, Arya. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Watched some nonsense in some other matches earlier and ready for nonsense here, hopefully.
Absolutely. Without nonsense, do we really have any good matches? Come on.
No.
Especially in 80 keys. Like, this could be 6 different one-item goes. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely not going to come down to a Castle Tower 2 hunt.
Absolutely.
So we know we're fine on that front, because that's not happened in 80 keys at all.
No, it's going to be an Aga-seed. It's literally going to be an Aga-seed. Calling it right now. The only way to Dark World, Aga. We're going to get 2 Castle Towers like right off the bat, which has happened already today. One thing that I have noticed is that there's just restreams left, right, and center this entire week, which has been pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, that's the fun part about these big tournaments, and this is obviously arguably one of the biggest. 128 players here, 6 pool play matches for each. You have so much going on, and speaking of going on, we're going to start off with different starting points here.
Get a nice little heart container off of Sync Start. Actually, Sync Start with the boots. We have to say that this is 80 keys, and this is a start with boots. No sword, so kind of have to watch where you're running into, but having that extra heart already is kind of helpful.
Yeah, and as we see with these starting boots, the 2 starts that we see from the 2 players, Brave getting powder off of the Bonk Rocks, while Tso is going to Saha. Finding out the green pendant is Hera. Can also get these 3 chests without worrying about bombs.
And then, it depends on if they're going to go into Eastern. And the Eastern rushing is quite a good starting spot here. There's also the ones where most people don't start Uncle with 80 keys, especially with boots, because you just want to go to the high density items as quickly as possible.
Yeah, obviously difficult if you happen to do those quick 3 checks, don't wind up with a weapon. All of a sudden, the front of escape becomes something that you don't want to touch. I think last 80 keys tournament, I think I did rush Eastern every single seed and got burned almost every single seed.
Oh no!
But, who needs to learn from things when you can just do silly stuff? So.
Exactly. That's why we play the game. Oh, we are skipping the fillet.
Good skip.
I was expecting a fluff right there. Come on now.
That is strategy. Brave, get the money.
Yeah, that's like you're nowhere near.
That's fairly useful.
Money. It's so easy. It's right there.
That one is fairly useful. But no, that was a quality skip in the woods. There was nothing on the mushroom spot.
If only I had bombs, I could have dropped a couple bombs right there for you too.
I would consider doing what Brave's doing: bonk for these bombs and then go back up and bomb it.
No, I know we're all about silliness here, but that may be a step too far.
The question is Mr. Chu in chat? That's all I need to know. If so, then make sure he sticks around.
Maybe you mirror and Skull Woods and drop bombs. That I'd be okay with that one right there.
That's fair.
It looks like so far right now, not too much over on Eastern side. We do have a Pearl and Blind's Hut with flippers. We already got Stacker Rico here.
Yep, some free bombs too.
Missing out on that full magic on Forge, but it is what it is. See, this is where it's like, okay, we're gonna lift all these pots, but we still could have just got that 20. It's the time thing right there for me. The fillet, yeah, don't get that. But the money, come on.
Yeah, as you noted, nothing in Eastern, like a compass, a map, maybe 2 maps. But yeah, very underwhelming.
And the entire the Eastern's really good. That's a good starting spot to learn And just found the Eastern Palace big key, so
Yep.
Brave's going to get at least one more item there.
Brave could not dodge that shield. He does get the ice big, though.
And Tso getting through the... I'm going to go with Tso, because I'm not really sure. Tso not really getting anything out of Eastern right now. Unfortunate. While we have Brave kind of getting through CAC right now. Already 3 big keys, gets the flippers, has powder, and the moon pearl, so already looking like it was a pretty good play to go there first. See if you would have got that 20.
We got to listen to TJ Maelstrom. He knows what's up.
Exactly. And the fun part about the the entire starts of these 80 key seas is they're pretty standard. You're gonna either go to the 2 spots that you can do before South Shore, and then kind of go through South Shore and see what's going on there. Nice 1% back, or was it 5% back? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you got a rebate of some kind. Now you can pay the Smith soon.
And it looks like that's all we can do at this point is pay the Smiths.
It's those hidden charges, though. They sneak up on you. Brave does not want 20s.
No. Like, Zora apparently is not a check to her.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was on Lumberjack.
It was, I think, arrows. It was nothing consequential.
Okay.
I also, with the fact that you already have boots too, maybe spending that time to get those 3 bombs, then you can go and do South Shore pretty easily. I mean, you do have Eastern area, but you have the big key. Maybe you can try to snipe a bow before you go over here by doing South Shore. So I think that 3 bomb on race game might have been a little bit worth it, especially when you only have 10 rupees.
Yeah, I tend to be inclined, especially in 80 keys, with the boots, to just check it. Just go through and check it. Odds are, usually it's going to be something of utility. And even in that case, as you know, like, a trio of bombs is helpful right now.
And Brave coming through here, doing the same exact checks Tso has done so far. Absolutely nothing wrong with this plan.
Yeah, the one difference, obviously, that Eastern big key found in the well. Let's get a check that Tso is not getting back to anytime soon.
Yep.
If it's, if Eastern is absolutely nothing inclusive of the big chest, then this is just going to be pretty much just trading spots here.
However, double dipping Eastern in 80 keys is actually pretty good. Could have had a dash line there. I love it when those cannonballs do that. Double dipping Eastern is pretty common in most 80 key seeds. Yeah,
for sure. And we found a decent amount of keys early on. But yeah, nothing in terms of weapons, save for the stray bombs. Those early flippers always suspicious.
Maybe that's why Brave might have came over here first to see what's going on, see if they can get any 300s or anything before they hit up, before they hit South Shore up and pair Zora in with all of it. But it's at this point in time you just have so many options to you.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this when I was commenting a previous race in this tournament. It's like for me at least, it feels like the opening sequence of AD keys. If you can right order that, it can really help get you off on a right start, because you can start reading the seed a lot more easily. But the clusters are so significant that it's very easy to just wind up last locating.
We're going to see the Eastern Palace big chest, which is just a small Tahara.
That's interesting. Can't do anything with it yet, but
we're not too far away from it. Usually Hera and the mountain are another big cluster that's usually sphere 2 or 3. That's not too far off of what they're doing right now.
Tso opting to buy bombs. He was on 5.
Which I mean, you pick up those 20s, you're good to go.
Not that 20 though. Nobody wants that 20.
No, nobody wants that 20. Can't raise that bonk counter too much.
And yeah, Tso gonna blind check this, and unfortunately, maybe kind of wish they had those 50 rupees back. So yeah, now it's time for both players to likely head to South Shore in some respect.
2 different starting spots, and we're just going to end up in the same spot together as it is, where they're going to high five. How do you feel about the dam into Agina or dam into Mini Mulderm Cave play?
Especially with boots, I really am totally fine with doing dam into Agina so as to not isolate Agina too badly.
Or we can absolutely ignore dam.
You can, but it's got the money.
Yeah. But we know that Mini Mulderm is going to just be out of there. So I like the fact that Tso bought the bombs to do this, whereas having 5 bombs going in, Fire Rod, 5 bombs going into Mini Mulderm Cave may be a little bit much. And there is our first swingy.
Yeah, Fire Rod Sword, definitely a nice pair of items there. Tso going Mini Mulderm left, which is interesting.
I can see it without having that 300 there. You're less inclined to go over there because you want to pair Ice Rod Cave with the Zor area, right? Especially
ideally, for sure, yeah.
Oh, if it actually works out that way, it's a whole different story.
And the unfortunate thing for Brave there is she actually lost a bomb in all of these transactions. So she might be coming over here to, buy them at the Hylia shop.
We're going to get a nice desert palace, or desert ledge check here. Just a piece of heart, so book is enticing, but won't be just for that one item there.
So what do we still have? Ice Rod Cave, all the flipper checks, Uncle, Front of Escape, obviously the first check, and now Dark Cross in Logic. Oh, Tso is setting up a... Is this a Houlihan setup?
It appears so. Gonna definitely make sure you have the 500 before you go in. Yeah, because then you're just gonna come right out of Link's house and go straight to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, very nice game knowledge to know that bonk setup.
I'm not so sure about the castle tower before doing the Zor area, but especially with those flippers already, you're going to be able to do all of that all at once. And as you pointed out earlier, there's only 4 items here in Logic, so. But then again, that's why they're running, and I'm just kind of commentating at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is also, a situation too where they haven't found that much to put too many other things in Logic. So the couple of things that do exist right now, Dark Cross, nice rod on Guy Under the Bridge, and the flipper checks, I think obviously stand out pretty starkly. So,
and we're definitely looking at a CT2 hunt now that we found both rods. There's not too much else we will find for go mode unless the pendant layouts are just right.
oh, good, a mushroom.
Interesting mushroom, to say the least. Because that's right now Tso's going on, but that's the only thing in logic here. So these other two items will be out of logic depending on what they are. But that mushroom could be something that's pretty important.
Brave finding the first pod small and waterfall, so that's again interesting when we get Dark World access, but all we have right now for that is the Moon Pearl. And she's, yeah, just a full heart on Zora Ledge, and with only 300 rupees, Brave's gonna have to leave Zora for the moment. So, yeah, Brave about to join Tso in doing these Uncle Hyrule Castle checks. But right now, what, Mushroom turn in, Dark Cross, and Zora? That's what's left for
seems to be
advancing the plot here.
Yeah. So we have heads up play over on Tso sides with that Houlihan. We do have at least a viewpoint of what's over there on Zora. It's going to be interesting to see which one's going to go ahead and get this progression first. Because they're both going to be around the same spot, depending on how quickly Brave gets that Houlihan money there as well.
Yeah, I would say that Zora right now is clearly a better option for Tso, given that setup that you mentioned. Because for Brave, that's going to be the very last thing that she does. Absolutely. Oh, Hammer and Dark Cross.
Hammer and Dark Cross, which is in logic with that fire rod.
Yeah, puts our friend Bat in logic. We hype for the Bat. Bat hype intensifies.
I'd rather get that fillet than get that Bat. Jeez, I don't know anything about that. I like this, turning in the mushroom first. Pretty good idea here, because hopefully if you get something off of this, you can go ahead and run over to the, like, say you get glove, your third piece to Dark World. Do the muck powder at the same time, go into Dark World. Because this and Zora are like all we have left, right?
Yep. And the Bat. Nice pen. Nice compass.
Bat doesn't exist. Bat doesn't exist. Come on now.
I don't know. The Bat hype really seems to be intensifying right now.
Which looks like that's what we're going to be checking first.
Yeah. Nope, just maybe a different avenue to getting to the Zora area. Ice Rod Cave, right?
Yep.
Right, Ice Rod Cave on Tso's side. Nice.
I don't think I've ever actually thought about going to that portal. It does seem a little faster because you don't have as many screen transitions, but less dash lines to work with. So interesting. I'm gonna have to time that out later.
Yeah, I've heard people say it's faster. So on the rare occasions in which I've needed to get back there in like a cross key seed with this kind of setup, it's usually worked out well.
Brave about to get their hammer. Liberal use of that fire rod to get that hammer, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah, and this also allowed Tso to set up the water walk here, so you can get to these items a little bit quicker.
So I would believe that after the check that Brave has done Zora's definitely last, so Bat's going to be before that, correct? That's how I would see that.
I think it has to be.
Yeah.
Again, the bonk setup that Tso used is fairly well known, but it's also a little bit niche and comes up very infrequently. So I don't know how immediately Brave would come up with utilizing that. The Bat's just a nice free open check here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna pretty much get these two answers at right around the same time. One of them, at the very least, is progression.
I'm thinking flute. We're gonna think flute here, just for that one check, just for more chaos, just for that one check. Spec rock.
Just want to breadcrumb it all the way.
Oh yeah.
Small keto.
Skull
no.
And there's our glove.
Yeah, there it is. The bat has our respect for today.
So much respect.
Alright, so Tso did get a skill with small off of Zora. That's not nothing, because on AD keys, unlike cross keys, it's not an automatic small key in the pinball room. So having one is definitely nice.
Gonna make routing that much easier.
Yeah, he's going to be just a little bit behind Brave to this glove, but not that much. Brave opted to save and quit, do back with escape, which didn't really yield her anything.
It'll be interesting to see if Tso does the same thing, or if they go straight to Dark World from here. I know it's 3 quick checks, which could have stuff too, so it looks like we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So they're kind of just following in each other's footsteps at this point in time.
Yeah, I do like this saving quit from both players. I don't know that I would have had the presence of mind to necessarily do it, but the back of escape can very easily get forgotten now that your screen lights up green with Dark World options. Make sure it's not forgotten, and then start making your way through the Dark World, Brave.
Nice boots, and
yeah.
We've got our Mets. So hype is actually NCT1, so I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10 on hype, Cave.
Especially in AD keys for sure.
Yeah.
This glove opens up a lot of options. It makes routing easier. Brave can now go hype to dig up into Village of Outcasts into Skullwoods. Now Tso is going to opt to start off here with the portal north of CAC, though.
I'm gonna miss out on that glove. And going around like this does take a lot more time, so that's kind of something that you have to look into as well. I personally don't really like this if I have a chance to do hype cave first, but then again, that's just like a personal preference. You're still getting a lot of checks. More than likely Tso is going to go into Skullwoods, see what's up there, because most people do treat Skullwoods like the overworld, especially the front of it, before they get, and they have the fire routes. They could actually go in and kill Mothula too.
Yeah, the upshot here for Tso with that setup is we did see the bonk on the tree, did get the full magic, so has that small key from Zora, so he has the option to do what he's doing right now, which is probably head to the back first and then work his way south, which will still cover the same amount of ground basically that Brave will, just in a different fashion.
Hopefully,
we have seen a decent amount of compasses thus far. I'm not tracking those, so.
Oh, absolutely not. No. I wish I had thought of it last week when I was doing all of my AD keys matches myself, but it's something that a lot of people are learning during this tournament, even if you're playing or not playing. the map compass logic that you need to have in order to get these dungeons and bosses in logic, pretty much.
Yeah, I went through an entire Kabuki and 80 keys tournaments without actually knowing that, and I was like, oh, that would be helpful.
Yep. Yeah, very much so.
And then I still usually forget to turn on boss shuffle for the compass tracking. It's like, whatever.
That's just an extra click that I just don't want to do right now.
Brave is heading into Thieves, can't get anywhere except the front, but she does love Lamp, so that's a good thing. Second TR small. And I think that's what it says on Brave's tracker too, but I don't know, I have to squint a little bit.
There is 2 TR smalls there, yeah. I also like the fact that with this too, Brave could... Oh, we got an unfortunate death on Tso15.
Yeah, that was really unlucky for Tso. Tso was doing a nice job in that fight too.
I think it was like near last hit. With Brave coming from the south, is that they'll be able to actually end. They'll be able to do everything in the front, and then end on Mahila. You can just save and quit out, whereas Tso will have to, unfortunately, go through the front and then come around them that way as well.
Yeah, that's the tough part about that choice. And again, like, there's no necessarily wrong choice in terms of like which way you opt to start. But yeah, I agree with your point from earlier about preferring the way that the way that Brave went. Just in the event too, that what happens in Hype Cave, picking up those myths, that just made things so much easier. And we did see the last chest in Thieves Town was the bow too, so Brave has picked up a lot of stuff that is going to afford her the opportunity to clear out quite a bit of this world here and have a lot of options on her plate.
And also there's one thing that I'm also seeing too. It's not fun when you don't have a red cane, but on Brave's tracker is also a big key and a small key to Ice Palace, so having that knowledge in the back of your head to be able to do that after this is really smart too.
That's true. Nice job by Tso, second fight against Moth, picking up crystal number 1.
Absolutely crushed that fight.
One down shot for Brave here is not having that small key from Zora and no mirror as well to get everything here in the back and then come back to the front. Will take a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. Where we have Tso going to go ahead and go through the front right now, just drop in. Do some resource management, which is really nice. I'm not quite sure about the dropping in right there at that point though, because you're going to get grabbed by the hand in the back in the pinball room and get put right there. It's just a little bit of a unfortunate time sink that you have.
Yeah, that's true. Big key to Swamp on Tso's side. Small key to the Desert Palace closet. Alright.
And with runners of these calibers, it's going to be those small micro things that are going to just keep everybody in line.
Yeah, as we noted at the outset, Brave is 3-1 in groups. Split against Dare Dash, swept Structural Mike. Tso, I believe, was doing some like humanitarian work recently, so he was unavailable till now and is just getting underway in this tournament, but has a very long history of excellence in rando. So
get some good bonus points right there. Get some karma built up.
Yeah.
We have Brave dropping into their Ganon fight. What? Obviously, this is what I'm watching right now. It's 4 different matches. Apparently, they're dropping into Mothula.
It's a boss.
It's one of the bosses you have to beat.
Smack it with a hammer, kill it. There we go. Alright, so crystal number 1 for Brave as well. She will likely also head back to the front, pick up those couple of keys. Well, Tso heads into Village of Outcasts to do some of the checks that we did see on Brave's side already.
And then I do see a save and quit coming from Brave right after this. Unless they do plan on going back down since they're here to get the Smith, but I think at this point without the mirror, you kind of hold off on doing that and can do all of it together.
Yeah, no mirror, no flute as well for getting rid of the Smith really easily. Yeah, the options I think start getting interesting. You mentioned ice, which really does stand out a little bit. No cane, no hook shot, so.
But we do have that one small key too.
We do.
Help with that too.
For sure.
Other than that, I mean, you don't have much. You don't have any of the mountain because you don't have the hook shot or the mirror.
Yeah, it's just saving Gary and Spec-Rock Cave.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a bit of pod, but it's just a bit. One small key in the bow, the ability to beat Eastern, but you know, for Brave, that's just a single check and a dungeon beat. And then you have to go again, no mirror, to work things together.
And we do see Tso going through the South Dark World, did game over to Stumpy. Gonna get the same items that Brave got earlier. We're gonna see what he does. Does look like the Ice Palace play is coming up here right now, though.
Yeah, makes total sense. Can full clear it. It is a crystal.
We've at least got the map for it, so that's helpful.
So even though slightly different routes, but Tso not too far behind here. Did get bullied a little bit coming out of the Grove.
Brave dropping those bombs just a couple frames too early to get that last one over there.
We'll be interested to see if Tso opts to. He does have the hammer out already. Potentially head north to Pyramid Catfish or something to knock out some stray checks.
I mean, also with the bow and one key to pod, you do have what 5 checks in logic over there as well.
That's true, yeah.
So I do like this because you'll be able to wrap some extra checks in here as well that are just going to be hard to get to later on.
Yeah, aside from ice and the pod eastern area, everything else right now is spread all over the place. What we have here, neat.
Good Master Sword, especially since you also have, Master Sword Cold Stare is so much nicer than Fighter Sword Hammer Cold Stare. So
oh, for sure. We also have access to the 2 chests in Castle Tower, Smile.
Would you be doing that right now, though?
No.
Okay. I was like, I mean, we have access, but are those really on your mind at the moment?
Thank goodness, no.
We got what fish over here? I mean catfish. Hopefully it has something good and doesn't scam us.
They never do that.
Oh my gosh, come on now.
Look at that quality big key, wow.
It's sort of vanilla, like French vanilla. I only say that because catfish does have Quake to get into Turtle Rock in the vanilla game.
All of our friends here in the seed are just coming through clutch. The bat, the catfish, everybody loves them.
I expect Smith to have something now, just to keep the train rolling.
Mirrorless purple chest.
Ugh. That lunchbox can stay there for a while.
It's a Gray Corvid special. if Gray shows up, then watch out. That purple chest is very live. So, yeah, Tso has followed Brave's lead here into ice. I have not seen much, if anything, here in ice for Brave. No, mirror.
Oh,
okay.
well, okay. So now,
good.
Now
just
purple
complain.
chest is a little bit nice. Yeah.
Oh, look, a Master Sword too.
Oh, so okay, so that makes it a little nicer for Brave, but Tso is going to be on tempered, so that's going to be even better. Ice was the play without Red Cane, apparently.
I can't believe it. It's always ice.
I hear believe in Pod, believe in that J-Town. Why not just ice?
It's always ice. I don't know. Especially if you don't believe in ice, then it was always ice.
Yeah, right? Ice 2 check here, coming up for Brave. Which has the big key to dark to pot. Okay. What is going on with this? Like, you didn't need to do anything over on the key side or the hookshot block side, but what is going on with the rest of this ice?
I don't know. But we're finding a lot of very nice hard required things here.
Ooh, I like it. Very nice hover over there for Tso. Not needed with the Ice Palace bomb jump, but absolutely very needed for swag.
I have yet to be able to hit that hover, or any other hover for that matter.
You'll get there. I believe in you.
Oh, that's nice. I should probably try if I want to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you try, but I mean...
My hands don't like diver down. They really would not like hovering. Brave into the Cold Step Body. That, again, that Master Sword is definitely going to get to be nice. It's done a very nice job of keeping space and getting these spins in.
And avoiding the icicles that do drop, because that can really mess you up if you're just kind of trying to hunt for them as well. Second crystal here for Brave at the 37-minute mark, so pretty good pace at the moment, especially with what ice just opened up, which was a lot of stuff. Because now we have everything on the mountain except for Hookshot Cave that's available to us in Turtle Rock.
I don't know, Tso might be able to get Hookshot Cave.
I mean, I would hope so, especially after seeing what that just happened, but for Brave at the moment, it's everything but the Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the play. Technically, they could beat Pod right now on one small key. I'm sure that would not have any negative repercussions.
None. You don't last locate anything over there at all.
There are very few items in Pod except for all the back.
Besides, you need like 6 keys for like almost everything in there anyways, so... Gary giving him the $20 that Brave didn't pick up earlier. Gonna make sure that Brave gets that 20 somehow.
Remember when Brave had money problems in this scene?
Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now, not so much. We rich.
I think Brave's gonna drop down and get that.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, you can't complete the game without it. Wait, did Tso just skip the big chest?
I thought he got it.
He doesn't have the tempered.
He might have skipped the big chest.
Interesting.
And Brave finding Samaria. First check here in Hera.
And there, that right there with the big key and everything would push me so hard over into pod area. Like finish off Eastern, then go straight into pod. There's so much of a difference between 1 and 2 small keys to pod.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Tso did indeed skip that, so that's not great.
That may be something we'll have to ask about. Currently,
yeah, if the 4th sword is free somewhere, you might not wind up burning him, but
yeah, not gonna say no to half magic, but having to do the basement for it is unfortunate.
Yeah, Brave just wants to show respect to Hera basement.
There's a lot of memes going on today.
It's almost like there's rando matches going on.
Right? I bet there's going to be a sword and swamp.
We're running out of possibilities, though. We are going to get our first look at King's Tomb. Brave did not do this before we were going up the mountain. Could have gotten 20 rupees.
Another 20, yeah, another 20 rupees. Brave probably would have saved scummed that.
Yeah, quit. Get out of there. Ether for TR. That's one piece of medallion knowledge we have.
Big key to Meyer. Always one of those big keys, especially with that one small key too. And the red cane, that's also another completable dungeon once we find that flute and the medallion for it too.
Yeah, the majority of big keys have actually been found thus far. Absolutely need the Thieves big and GT big. Hera. Well, no, we don't. Because there we go. Did you say memes?
Yeah, memes? We're all full of memes this scene. I guess we can do hookshot.
That's a quality hookshot.
Yeah.
Tso should still hover it.
I think the hover card has to go away if they don't hover it.
That is arguably one of my favorite silly locations for things, though. It's so obvious, but it's still funny.
Which I think I am kind of a conspiracy theorist when it comes to like Saha bot / lazy kid / whoever's making these seeds, like whatever bot's doing it. Because earlier today in an open mode that I did, hookshot first chest there was boots. So it's like apparently that's what I'm gonna have to look forward to tonight when I do my stuff as well.
Brave found the GT big key in Spiral Cave. So that is one I think with the way things lay out right now, it is just very unlikely to get skipped by Tso. But we've seen plenty of other matches in which you come down to a decision between, say, Spike Cave and Spiral Cave.
Mm-hmm. And with that third pod key, I would not see. I bet we're gonna see a save quick and head over to Eastern Pod, and there's our mirror shield.
Brave probably should retreat and pick up that third shield from.
Yeah, you can't finish without the mirror shield. How are you gonna do laser bridge?
Yeah, laser bridge would not be in logic right now. So.
Right. Tso getting their GT big key. I believe that they are doing Light World first, and then going to hit up Dark World after, just to see if they get the medallions to go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so Brave's going to take that hookshot, go right back to Hera, and be like, "What big key?" we found basically all the other ones. I don't really care. This, and a good reason though too. Hera is the green pendant. An additional thing that can get done in the prospective trip to Pod and Eastern.
And also, since it is a pendant, you're probably not going to get that big key until GT anyways, so let's just knock it out and call it good. In this situation, I do like hopping down here and getting that red 20 that you skipped earlier. But there have been times, and I think some people have conned it, when I have done just go straight to Moldorm, because you're gonna have to come back up for the big key and make it a little more enticing anyways if it's in logic. But I think after this,
more swag covers.
We have 13 bombs, let's swag all of it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even spot Tso buying the upgrades. That's quality stuff.
Mm-hmm. So Red Cane and Half Magic in Hera, and it looks like Tso has also skipped the basement for Hera, and understandably so. Not too much stuff in there anyway, so very time-consuming check too.
Yeah, I would be interested to see what he does if, after getting this hookshot here in Hookshot Cave, if he opts to go back to Hera and do it, because, I mean, obviously beating the dungeon, not presently in logic, the basement is.
So we're a medallion away. We're a flute away. One CT small away. Thieves Town big?
Thieves Town big, and maybe, second medallion for Meyer.
Wow.
Oh, and a TR small.
Okay, yeah.
That's always the fun extra one for AD keys.
Yep. Hopefully no one burns that key. I don't want to commentate curse, so I'm not going to say it further. They can blame me. It's fine.
Right. Green pendant turning totally in logic for sure. Tso did opt not to go back to Hera though. Another pot small. Oh,
wow.
That's interesting.
So it's going to be interesting to see what the logic is with Pod being a pendant or a crystal at this point. Because
no matter what, it is locked behind the Hera big key.
Mm-hmm.
Nice Kiki dash from Brave. Okay, Brave gonna opt into Pod first. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I guess.
Yeah, you save
one less mirror transition.
Yeah, but having one more Pod small, which just seemed to be all over the place, could save you that episode from last locating. But that's also one thing that we have on Tso's side. He didn't get that green pendant, so he's only got 3 keys coming in here. He's going to be able to do Heartless Hellway and eat big key chest is not going to get gotten.
Yeah, he's going to leave something behind. I mean, we've never seen Pod smalls in Pod previously.
No,
so.
no, not at all.
Also,
After all the memes we've seen in this seed, I don't that's going to happen.
Welcome in Raiders from Faker Jr. We are a little over 48 minutes on Brave's timer. Who knows on Tso's timer? Into this AD Keys match. It has been pretty entertaining thus far. The bat had our respect for today. I'd say Brave probably has a slight lead right now, mostly because of that toss-up between Zora and the bat for Dark World access.
I think getting Hera, and it depends on if this one pod key is gonna. Oh, okay. Tso is just gonna start floating all over the place.
It's, as one does.
As one does.
we did see the shovel, which there it is again. Sadness. Red mail, which is nice, but yeah, right now we're still looking for a few key things.
I see what you did there. I approve.
Although really very few keys actually, due to the overload of big keys and dueling cutscenes here. Yep. The most riveting part of Rondo,
where we sit here and watch nothing happen because we can't even see the walls move.
So both players opting to head to Helmasaur before doing the back. Right now, Brave is up that Hera beat, which is out of logic on Tso. But
nice dash, nice key dash there, and always a fun one to get when you're in the Helma hallway. Tso not risking it. All the hovers, but the cover dash, the key dash, just not there.
Yeah, pretty efficient finish there with the Master Sword there for Brave. Tso also making short work of Helma. Very nice fight. It is another crystal, so that does mean that the Hera Big is outside of GT.
Which is very good information for Scottish. In case they need to find something, they know that Hera Big chest could have something that would be required. Wherever that big key is, that's a whole other story. Could be like some of my normal keys moves. Do the thing, get the one key you need to do the last check in there right after it.
That's a rarity though. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this game, oh, nice ether. Who wants to dive Turtle Rock hoping for a TR, small and TR?
And so the other sword is free.
That is, yep. Yeah, Tso not going to be hurt by skipping that ice big chest. We'll see if Brave winds up getting that sword on the pyramid later.
I am curious though. When do you realize that you just didn't get the Ice Palace big chest done? Like, how much of that is in the back of your mind when doing all of your checks too? Like, I know it's hard to get to and such. I have seen 2 runners rush it before doing other things. And there's our third Turtle Rock key behind 6 pods, smalls.
Yeah, that's a lot of intriguing options that are so close to coming into logic, but not quite.
Yep.
The thing is, though, for right now, for both players, most of the options they have, a lot of the mirror checks, like the Smith chain, junk like the first check of Swamp, which is just not wonderful right now. None of those things really feel great and are a bit time consuming, and they could also very well just be logic.
Yep. And we have Tso in Eastern right now. Going ahead and get this up, cleaned out. He had that marked off on his tracker even before he got done with pod, so...
Hopefully he remembers the big chest. I don't think it was anything, but... Oh wait, maybe it was. Oh, hair basement. Well, if he wants half magic.
Now we know why he didn't do hair basement.
That's true. That's a good point. It's a tactical skip.
Tactical.
due to lack of keys.
Yeah, lack of keys.
I'm skipping this right now. Take that game.
No way I can hover down in there, so...
Not yet. I'm sure it'll be discovered next week.
I mean, that's the fun part about this game. It's been out for a while. There's still stuff just being discovered here and there. Stuff being optimized all over the place. We do have that Turtle Rock Big Key that was in King's Tomb. I believe it was in King's Tomb. We do have that over on Tso's side where they can go and finish Turtle Rock. It's going to be interesting to see what Brave does right after this because they don't have that big key. It's only like 6 checks up there that they can get.
Yeah, that is a... That feels like a tough call for Brave.
Mm-hmm.
Tso finished off Eastern. It was yet another crystal. Brave follows suit.
Nice Waffle House. Tso showing their experience, getting all these fun tricks out there. And does look like Tso is going to go straight to Turtle Rock and go ahead and finish that up.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense here. Brave starting at Sank, so this could very well be that King's Tomb check.
Question in chat, the TR Big Key is in King's Tomb right now, which Brave did not check when they were first in over there, where Tso did and was able to get it before they went up to the mountain.
A very quick map check, but it is a crystal and desert.
Oh, Catfish. I am so sorry.
Oh, right. Well, let's see. Brave is going into the Dark World portal north of Village of Outcasts. And heading out to do what looks like these mirror checks here, Graveyard Ledge. So if she takes this to Catfish, that would be great for Brave. This is our first look at Graveyard Ledge.
Just a heart piece, which is, I mean, Brave has skipped almost everything that they can scout.
Yeah, I know that, after her second match against Mike a couple days ago, Brave was definitely talking about Tso's skill, which we've seen on display.
Mm-hmm.
So I think pretty much she's largely been in the mode of
if it's not needed,
any little corner that can get cut, mostly.
So far, just one GT small, but we've only had 3 checks in Turtle Rocks at the moment. I really like this routing from Brave, doing all the North Dark instead of going just from Pyramid to... Okay, now that was pretty sick over on Tso's side. So
Yeah, yes it was. Dear goodness.
It made sense when Tso went from Pyramid over to Catfish because they were at Hype Cave. Since Brave had already done Hype Cave, clearing out Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb and Catfish all together is very, very smart.
Brave and Catfish, not usually good friends.
And gonna get this key off of Zora. I believe it was a key. And again, with all the races, I'm afraid of my own seed bleed coming on later. I've already watched like 3 races today.
All the things are everywhere. It's
just that time of year.
Now that valuable skill would small. I mean, it's kind of ish logic, but both players have already taken care of that. So yeah, Brave's taking her TR big. Have to follow Tso's lead up on the mountain. Tso did pick up the first bottle we've seen in the seed in Chomp's room. And nice flute.
Nice flute, yep.
Well, that's, yeah.
We're going to have both runners pretty much doing Turtle Rock and then going over to do Desert and Mire area, because both Desert and Mire are completable at the moment.
Providing that we can get into Mire.
Hey, when it's one, it's the other. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, but we could very well be Thieves Town big from go. This has been a pretty quick progression. Has been easy to come by save for that initial bat check.
It was like once you got the glove and got into Dark Road, it just started falling like dominoes.
We do have to note that Tso did successfully avoid opening the door to Lava Chest. Hopefully Brave does likewise. Nice book.
Alright, interesting.
Not the worst place to find that book, because Ether Tablet is rather isolated.
But on Tso's side, it's not exactly that isolated, because he still has Tower of Hera to do.
That's true, yeah.
So, I mean, pair those together at that point. However, for Brave, you're still that's going to be hard to get over to until you maybe pair that with Spike Cave, or you just do it by itself.
Yeah, Brave's gonna find that flute and have a lot of options. It wouldn't surprise me to just see that get skipped, given the vast amount of things that are available in the Desert and Mire area.
Yeah, activate flute, do Sick Kid, and go straight to the 2 dungeons you can do, and always be clearing dungeons. Chat pointing out the nice rupee count for Tso at the moment. If only he bought all the bombs.
We do get a pendant here off of Trinex, so that's the second pendant we know about. Oh, we still need Swamp Small. Whoops.
Brave not even going anywhere near the door. Very, very smart. I remember my first Kabuki match back in the day. Did not know I could open the door there by being like 4 pixels away from it, I guess. So, It's open. I have to go find the door. Or find the key to open that door.
Yeah, that same tournament, I won a match in large part because my opponent accidentally opened the door.
Oh.
Whereas I was probably pixels away from doing it, despite saying over and over again, "Don't open the door, don't open the door." And then muscle memory is just like, right, lava chest. Yep. Anyone? Lava chest. Brave picking up her nice flute.
And Tso going straight to Moldorm. With Tempered going to have a touch quicker time against Moldorm than Brave did, but still both pretty quick.
Yeah, Brave had an efficient fight, but Tempered Sword and Moldorm cooperating nicely the way he did. Tso just absolutely quickly eliminated our friend here, Top Era.
We do have quite a few crystals as well. I mean, we don't exactly know what the 5/6s are either.
That's true. I mean, it's always a tough call whether you take the handful of seconds to go talk to Bomb Guy. Most people don't because it's really, most of the time, doesn't have that much utility. A quick menu check at some point when you do get in a position of having a nice amount of crystals on hand can usually do the trick.
You know, Brave, if you would have gone and got that shield, this would be done already.
Well, Brave is renowned for her love of shields, making it all the more surprising to skip that one.
Tso going straight to Bombo's tablet. Following the book and getting silvers out of it. Very nice before Desert and against Vidi too.
Yeah, for sure. Tso being pretty thorough. I think this is a clever way to route in a lot of stuff that could easily get forgotten because of where that mirror was, though. Because he wants to go activate the flute. He's going to be able to go do that when he goes into CAC, but there's a lot of stray stuff here, and if you happen to spike one of the two keys that you need, maybe a medallion.
I also like Smith Chan and then flute over to purple chest and go straight to flute 6 is what you're saying here? Is that what you're seeing?
You could. I think it affords him the option. Like these checks in particular with the flute, I think feel really awkward.
Yeah.
Because if you want to do the Smiths, you're far less inclined, I think, at this point to do the rundown route that also loops in Bombo's tablet and the like.
Definitely gonna have to put this one in the back of my mind. I do like this route. And we have, looks like Brave. Well, there's our 5/6s. Thieves Town and Swamp Palace.
That's interesting. That means Myers our last pendant. That is, yeah, but it pretty much means Pyramid Fairy is totally off the table because,
yeah. Well, I mean, it could still have CT2.
They could, right? Oh yes, everyone's favorite key. But no, it's not going to come down to a castle tower hunt now.
Oh, of course not. We already established
that at the outset. Yeah. Not this game. Not this seed.
Not with all the memes that have already happened. I bet Thieves Town Big Key is not even going to be anywhere near PED.
Yeah, there's never anything in that chest anyway.
Mm-mm.
If there is, it's due to a certain somebody paying off Sahama, so it's fine.
Absolutely.
The fix is in.
And we have dual flutes at the moment.
Yeah, I think I might have been inclined to do what Brave is doing and try to continuing pushing the dungeons before these other checks.
Mm-hmm. especially since now that we know ourselves that these checks don't have anything. But we also haven't quite seen purple chest yet. Once we see purple chest, that could change everything.
I mean, if purple chest has something, I think that's really exceptionally bad for Brave.
And just 10 arrows.
Was that either? Yes.
See? Once it's one, it's the other.
I've never been burned by assuming that. Tso's going to continue being thorough. We're going to check the shovel. And small key, too.
Dark Palace.
Well.
So that would be our knowledge of Pod 5.
Yep.
So, but I think that kind of sways, like, this is now more back and forth because of that Smith chain absolutely having nothing, where Brave straight to dungeons, always be clearing your dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, the silvers are going to be nice for these couple of dungeons in particular, but Tso had built up a little bit of a lead after Turtle Rock, I would say, and we're pretty much on relatively even footing here. So, I mean, the interesting thing with Meyer being a pendant now is we've seen, I believe, just one small between these two runners. Left side, I don't know. It's interesting. I think that becomes an interesting tactical decision. Yeah, swamp, small, and desert.
Yeah, so we are really CT2.
And Thieves big.
Thieves big, okay, yeah. Which we know is not in GT, so...
Yep.
Gross. I'm glad I'm commentating this.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation here for late game routing decisions. How thorough do you want to be versus starting to be aggressive? I think Brave might have a little bit more. Brave has everything marked off on her tracker in terms of pendants and crystals. Tso doesn't. He does pick up a useless Quake that is locked behind 2 Meyer Smalls we don't have.
I kind of maybe sort of agree with your assessment here on we are still 2 small keys away from being over here. I'm not sure if I would be doing this side at this point, but it's a way to hedge your bets. Tso's been very thorough, especially with that Smith chain before doing this, so it's going to be interesting to see if Brave does it as well.
Yeah, I could absolutely see skipping left side, prioritizing the stuff that is in logic. You have now the entirety of swamp, basically looking for 2 key, well, 1 key that for something outside of GT, and then the never elusive Castle Tower 2.
Which also goes to point in the direction and the routing choice of doing desert before Meyer. Like having that swamp pile small knowledge right there would also push me to skip left side, like fireside Meyer 2,
Yeah, absolutely. Brave does have even more options outside of the dungeons too than Tso does. We know that all he turned up was silvers, but checkerboard small key. Oh, there's the Thieves big and Meyer. There's the Thieves small outside in checkerboard. So
well then, we are CT2 now. I think. Oh, that's also in a horrible spot for that Thieves sound big, because there's a reason why people call that the crap chest, right?
That's true.
Skipping the fire outside might be kind of hard for Brave to do at this point. And also, just showing us that this sprite can fly.
Yeah, we don't see Tso really that much outside of tournaments, at least in our community. But every single time I see him play, I'm always reminded of like the incredible skill he has, especially at hovering.
I mean, some of the things that he's pulled off too have just been like, I want to learn that and do that myself too. There was the what was the chain chop strategy that he did as well?
Oh yeah, that's oh my gosh. Yeah, that room other than basic stuff is always flummoxed me, so I'm just like, yeah, we're just gonna play it safe.
And it's not that, you know, Brave has not been solid all around as well. It's just there has been some things that we've seen from Tso that Brave was talking about before, where Brave said Tso's very, very strong and very, very good. And that's why we're kind of expecting the skips and kind of some things from Brave, because they've said it themselves.
And Brave opting to be thorough here is going to do the entirety of the left side. So the upshot is that she will pick up the Thieves Small when heading to the other side of the dungeon. The downside, obviously, is this is a cutscene. It is long-winded and gives back a little bit of time to Tso here, who is now heading into Desert. We'll pick up his Swamp Small very shortly.
Yeah, it looks like they're both. This is actually a very, very even match, even though like they just have a couple of different dungeons that need to be done. They're both in the same area doing the same exact things. It's really going to come down to wherever this CT2 is.
Yeah, this has definitely been a fun one too, because there have been several points of divergence, and then they've come back together. They've diverged again, and then come back together. And every time it seems like one player has built a little bit of a lead, the other one cracks back sometime. And the obvious next logical play for both is going to be to head to Swamp following these respective dungeon clears.
See, so this right here is where actually I'd probably do Thieves Town first. You have to do all of Thieves Town. You're in.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Every single shack.
Yeah, very good call.
Swamp, and you have the 5-6 right there. You go straight into Pyramid Fairy if you haven't found CT2, or you go up to GT.
Yeah, that is a very good call. That way lessens the question for yourself too, as to do you actually commit to making the left side swamp play? Because CT small for go is, again, we joke about it, but it happens so frequently. Unless it's usually used for Dark World access or something critical on Lumberjack, it's usually not terribly important, save for beating the game.
Yeah, which is why everybody's favorite. One of the more favorite things about AD keys is you usually have a big assortment of weapons and stuff when you go into Aggro, because it's always after GT. And I've heard it earlier called the victory lap. Is you're done with the game, you're just going through the 2.5 minutes that CT is going to be. Tso grabbing their fifth crystal? Fifth crystal.
It's harder for me with emo tracker. That's five. Yes,
because they still have these tons long.
We're seeing the value of these silver arrows too, because Brave's having to take just a little bit longer to kill the eyes here on Biddy, even with half magic. Tso gonna pick up Gamma's key, the small Thieves Town. Just no.
And we missed this when Tso got it, but there's the Tower of Hera big key as well. Just another thing to be a possible CT2. And I'd say with what Brave is checked, it's not a bad idea to mirror there, but just because it's not that hard to get to, especially with Hera Pop.
That's true, yeah. So both players doing what you had recommended here, heading 2 thieves. Brave is... Oh, are we going to get a
The ped pull?
pedestal check?
Ooh. This is spicy.
This is very spicy. Ped technically still not in logic. 1 TR small away, but you know. Oh no, the book is out.
Aw, boo.
I mean, it is, but it's probably $20, and Brave doesn't want that. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is some extra time for Tso.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're gonna check the ped and you have flute, just flute back to 3 and then go take that big rock, because that was quite a long walk to come around. Whereas Tso's been spending this entire time in Thieves Town, getting up to the attic. That's quite a bit of a push that they did just put in there. Runner's gonna probably be high-fiving each other as they go through here.
So this is a fairly, definitely not game-ending lead here for Tso, but a solid one, especially if CT2 is on the route. But that is the huge variable right now.
Very nice highway dash over on Brave side, and another key to put GT in logic, and GT always likes to have their own key in there as well. So I think that's actually the GT third. Good.
Oh, I can't believe it! Thieves Town big chest garbage. No way.
What?
At Mr. Chu.
But hey, at least it's in logic.
Sure it is. You've got the big key. It's dungeons and logic. If they could just pick up burnouts in super logic, so.
I mean, we've already skipped over the fillet, so.
Could have skipped that too. Could have skipped checkerboard and picked up that small key altogether. These are the kind of strategic skips you need to make. Okay, Meyer small. No, thank you.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, and I think now these decisions start getting even harder. Because GT is just so overloaded with items. Tso is going to continue being really thorough here.
Yeah, with the K.
Have we seen this?
I don't think we have. I think Brave just did straight graveyard ledge.
Just bombs, yeah.
I understand the entire being thorough part, which is absolutely. I am as well. I try to be as thorough as possible. But this is kind of pointing to everything's been in a path. This is pointing closer and closer to being a jet scene. Like, you have 10 checks that you can do in Swamp Palace, 2 more on Pyramid Ferry, and then 27 in GT. This is kind of giving back time. Filet is Mushroom Spot, so that was a skip early.
Where's Tso dashing off to?
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about.
Is he doing pedestal too?
Check?
Yeah, this is just, yeah. Don't pick that up. Good.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, I'll listen.
that's no matter what for Tso, he skipped that twice, so I give him full credit. Yeah, he's just gonna pull it, gonna get however much money. Yeah, see, it was a 20. That's why Brave botched it.
Yeah, 20s. I don't get out of bed for less than 50s. Come on.
Yeah, that's a little unlucky for Tso though, because obviously it turned up empty, and it's allowed Brave here to push back in front.
This is definitely just springboarded back and forth. I think at this point, if CT2 is not in Swamp Palace, Tso is definitely doing Pyramid Fairy before going to GT. Just with the way they've been routing and everything, I think Pyramid Fairy is going to be on the docket for them. Whereas Brave, that's a choice I think she's going to have to make. Gilgamesh, I completely agree with you as well.
Yeah, that's my thought too. Like, none of these locations feel good. Like, it feels bad to just being. I tend to be overly thorough too. I feel bad leaving stuff, but
yeah,
you're in a race. For me, if I'm in a race against either of these two players, I am scared about being too thorough against either of them.
Yeah, I think the ped dash from Tso right there, checking ped before the two dungeons also, I mean, ped just doesn't feel good at all. It's a really time-consuming check. But if we're going to be thorough, you're going to commit to it. That's what it sounds like they're doing, and we're seeing it right here. The next question is left side swamp or not?
Let's go.
Each small key at this point too. As a runner, you're just like, is it? Is it? Oh.
Yeah, and there's still a pretty decent amount of small keys that we haven't seen too, because a lot of these dungeons have been beaten out of logic. Not far out of logic, but far enough that there's a lot of stuff left out here. And Brave is committing to left side. She is a bit of a left side swamp adherent by her own admission.
I remember a race just before this one on this same exact channel. The conversation was, do you do left side swamp before you do back? And one runner is definitely doing it before the back. Looks like Tso is going to go to the back. So this could be very much the variable that one of these two runners eats.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I have a hard time, even as thorough as Tso's been, and quite frankly, Brave has been fairly thorough as well, just in a slightly different fashion. I have a hard time right now, having watched them for nearly an hour and a half, guessing correctly whether they'll make a skip or a play, which is interesting, makes it way more fun.
And left side swamp, 20 euros total?
I guess that's nice when you're shorter on arrows, but yeah, that it allows Tso to slip back in front depending on whether he wants to say come back in for left side, or who knows what the next play is after beating swamp here, because Pyramid Fairy, the castle tower checks are there. It's difficult.
Well, I'm looking over at Scottish Brave's tracker too, and Smith Chain is sitting there. Pyramid Ledge is sitting there too. We also have Spike Cave. They didn't check Bumper Cave either, so they have some time-consuming checks left if they don't rush GT, because we know Smith Chain is not anything. We know Pyramid Ledge is anything. The only thing that's outstanding that we as commentators in chat know is that Spike Cave is unknown.
That's true, yeah. Noted in chat, Tso's Argus fight was absurdly fast. But he's going to give that time back to Brave here by going left side.
So I'm picturing a scale right now, and I just keep seeing like one side going up, one side going. It's like a seesaw, you know?
For sure, yeah. Yeah, again, every decision it's difficult. You try to weigh things as best you can. I know that for me in AD keys, especially when I get into this situation, like this kind of situation, which we all have with needing CT2 and having a bunch of stray stuff, I'm comfortable with myself going into GT mode, and if it happens to have been in one of the stray things, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they did a stray thing or however, I feel like they've both been very efficient with their checks. They've both, the way that they've routed things and the way they've done things have been very efficient for the choices that they have made previously. Now at this point in time, like, you have to make that decision though.
So Brave did mirror, not doing Pyramid Fairy. She is going up the mountain here.
Smith Chain is, I feel, dead to her as well. Like, that's just not something that's ever gonna happen to her.
Nah, yeah, that entire array of stuff just feels like, you know what, I opted against it. It's a we went 0 for 27 in GT kind of
yep.
kind of thing.
If it's there, it's there.
But yeah, Tso is going.
This
looks
is
like
a Pyramid Fairy, yeah. This is hedging a lot of hedge right here, and I think
definitely is.
I think if this is deep in GT, like, this is a 180, 190 CR for Tso. They have done quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, there's not that much collectively, as you noted, that we have not seen.
I really enjoy this bomb, dude. Very nicely.
That's exactly how the developers intended that to go.
Exactly.
That's how they, if you do it otherwise, you're not really doing it the way Miyamoto envisioned.
Exactly. I mean, this is the guy that invented Dead Rock, so how he envisioned it, I'm good with. There's pod 6, actually.
Interesting. Tso has 2 things left in pod as opposed to Brave's 1, but he's gonna go do these castle tower checks as well.
I mean, I did see vanilla yesterday, so it could happen. That got a loud FU for me when I first saw that, so. And we got Brave going through GT right now, so.
Yeah, she got a bottle and hope room. Small P2 TO4.
Oh,
3.
Every single one. You hate to see it, but we love it.
Wow.
So these small keys are starting to dwindle. I think we're missing an Ice Palace.
Do we have Skull 3? Well, that has to be outside of GT. So
that has to be outside of GT. As so does pod. So the only small key now that's in here would be the CT2.
Couldn't the second Ice be in here?
Ice is a crystal.
I think you only need one to put it fully in logic.
Okay. Makes sense.
People who know more than me can correct me, though.
Yeah.
And that's most people.
That's usually what chat does. I leave chat to do those things.
That's why we pay Gil the big bucks.
Absolutely.
Like,
there's Skull 1.
Skull 3. Oh my gosh. Oh, gross.
This is why I lost my 80 keys to Gil.
Big heat to Skull.
Okay,
game. Okay, game.
Well,
we got 2 keys in this game outstanding right now. We have, if it's not in GT, we have a lot of super gross stuff
Yep.
available. Like a lot of super gross stuff.
And I think right now Tso's hoping that it's not in GT because doing the Smith chain, doing all the extra stuff that they've already done. Like I see Scottish like pretty good gap right now. All could always change, but if Scottish has to go and do the Smith chain and do all these other checks, like.
Oh, Hyrule Castle, we forgot about that one.
Oh my gosh. If only Scottish had their cam on right now, because I would really be interested to see what's going on there.
Oh my gosh, that's tremendous. That's a funny spot. We lied to protect you, Chad.
Yeah. Look, we're just here to make it more. Uh-oh. Oh, come on!
GT4!
What? GT has its own key. Look, we're here for it to be entertaining, and we love you all.
I mean, if it's over here in like Compass Chest, well, I was gonna say if Tso went full right, but
So
went
this-
Hope Compass.
This is also a thing too. It's like usually when I am one from go and I'm in GT hunting for it, I'm doing this side first. The one that Brave is doing. I'm doing the fire rod side first because it's just 4 quick checks. Tire room is tire room. Where that's a spot Tso could have got some time back.
There's
Here we
Castle
are.
Tower. Yeah, well,
So-
yeah, that really could have swung
Yeah.
things hard back if Tso had gone in and gone Compass, but
Right
looks
now,
like at the very least Rando Rush probably, if not full left.
so the Braves doesn't have that extra dip into Castle Tower. Brave is currently on the climb. We're seeing Tso probably going to full clear this entire side, which is, you got the most items over there. It's just time-wise there. This is kind of, I feel Brave's really got a solid gap here, just forming more and more.
Yeah, the only thing that Tso's got on Brave right now is those silver arrows, but the
Mhm.
time that he has to make up here because Brave has already done all this stuff. Once he gets through Ice Armos, he will make his way to the right side, get that second castle tower, but we'll see how far up this climb Brave is at that point.
So was that a rando rush? Because it doesn't look like Tso went
Yeah.
all the way. Okay.
Yeah, it does look like that, so that is actually a positive on Tso's side.
Brave getting through the gauntlet pretty well so far.
Oh, but we might be giving that time back. Tile room.
Oh, Tyroom. I mean, if you're committing, you're committing. He's been pretty thorough the entire time.
Brave looked like she missed one fire rod shot on those landmos, but gets through landmo 2.
Yeah, and to answer the question in chat, Tso does have silvers, but they really roughly save about 45 seconds, whereas this climb where Brave is at right now is much more than 45 seconds.
Yeah, and Brave is still going to be able to go into the Ganon fight in rather comfortable position.
Mhm.
Ample health, half magic,
With Cape, I mean,
and does have something in her bottles.
2 green.
Squint. Yeah, if you
red,
squint hard enough.
and a fairy, so
Yeah, so it would really probably take a fall to open the door for Tso more so than anything else.
you know, I bet if the starting stream screen wasn't on for so long, we could see the tracker.
It's, you know, that's a fair point.
That was for you, Nissan.
Moldorm 2 down on Brave side T, so here beginning his climb. So Brave will head into Aga 2, then both players will have to beat Castle Tower. Certainly no one's ever forgotten to do Castle Tower before dropping into Ganon.
Absolutely not. I think that's not something a rando player has ever done before.
Very nice. Aga 2 fight for Brave. Took advantage of some pretty solid patterns. Made it look easy. Speaking of making things look easy, Tso plus Tso plus silver arrows, that should probably be illegal. Dear goodness, like his techniques are very impressive. Brave into Castle Tower here.
And won't be checking any of the chests. Already has the 2 keys, so just gonna run by pretty much everything here. Don't have to worry about the 2 guards in the first couple floors in any of the rooms.
Yeah, obviously we know where silvers are. Brave has shown absolutely no interest in checking anything else for silver. She checked nothing on the climb. She wasn't even picking up the extra arrows when they were dropping from some of the prize packs.
Yep.
She is dead focused on beating this seed.
Fun part about how the main tournament matches can really bring the stress out in you.
Tso gonna, oh, that was looking pretty good too, that hover.
I'm very impressed with how Brave has been running these both the climbs here, showing off a lot of skill too on their side.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna get an AGA Hall of Fame right now? That's my question.
Yes.
Nice.
I believe.
You know, that's very, very good.
I agree.
Getting right up to the torch, I'm very, very good with that.
Yeah, the good point in chat too, right? This, if Brave does hold on to win this match, this would clinch her a spot in the playoffs. Because even though Tso has barely played, this is his first match. Getting to 4 wins in this group, the way it's gone, the way the rest of the matches have to turn out, no more than 2 players would be able to finish with 4+ wins. So.
Yeah, and with this group of Scottish Brave, Structure Mike, Dirtash, and Tso, like, there are some groups that I just wouldn't want to be part of, and this is definitely one of them. There are a lot of skilled runners in just this group alone.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of those groups with you go into any match and you're just like, it's gonna be a toss-up because they're all outstanding players. Even Daredash, who was part of our mentor class, is exceptionally strong, as evidenced by taking a game off of Scottish Brave to start group play. Aga 1 down for Scottish. She's heading into the Ganon fight.
Ooh, missed the spins for the possible 101. So gonna be doing nice spot for the second one, for the second phase there. With this spot here, all you need is 6 sword spins with the temper sword, because they count as gold sword. And then we're gonna go ahead and spin to win. And Tso's crushing through Agate Tower at the same exact time, using the 25 arrows and the silvers to their advantage.
So Brave here into that final phase, 12 spins. Use that lamp to get the torch glitch. Not the greatest Ganon spots here, trying to set up triples. Keeps going to the top right corner. Pretty good spot now, though, for Brave. And, oh look, top right corner. How about that?
I hear you like the top right corner.
Can you cooperate, Ganon? You know you're gonna die. Like, come on. Oh look, top right corner. I can't believe it. Wow. Just about to go to Aga, but yeah.
And we have a blowing up pig right now on Scottish Brave's side. Scottish Brave finishing the race with a wonderful 1:45.27 according to racetime.gg. While we have Tso crushing out Aga 1 at the moment.
We are joined here by the winner of today's race, Scottish Brave. GG's, Brave.
GG's, Brave.
It does help if I unmute. Hi, GG's.
Hello.
Sorry, now I'm just like, Arya said GG's? Who cares? Sawyer? Hi, Sawyer, what's up, mate?
Yeah, what's up? How you doing?
You got the priority straight. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Believe that this win brings you into brackets.
Yes. I think so. I think so. I'm fairly certain it can, yeah.
There's no way that it. There actually is no way that you can have more than 2 players in your group right now finish with 4+ wins. So.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, you're
cool.
good.
Let's go.
Yay! Even more news.
That's the upshot. That's the upshot of Tso not having played basically anything.
Yeah,
you can actually get most of the scenarios kind of fleshed out. So yeah, you are clinched into the playoffs.
Yes, let's go. Awesome. Because honestly, like, when I know everybody's got the same, but see, when I saw my group, I was like, ah, right then, cool. Like, probably not making it through this year. So yeah, relieved to have made it through.
From what we saw today, I mean, you definitely put on a show through your execution and your routing. Very efficient. One question I don't really like to ask is, how do you feel about the seed? But was there anything about the seed that stuck out to you that was kind of like an oh no moment or an oh yes moment?
I'm gonna hate saying this, so don't bring it up again. Catfish. Getting that big key, I was like, oh man, because like I only had 3. I had 3 keys, and I thought about going in, but I was like, no. Actually, I'm gonna check like the North Dark World stuff. I don't know why. Just go there and check it. Like a flute is better, honestly, because then we can do Mayan and Desert. Maybe there's a flute, and then I got the TR big key, and I was like, TR big key and 3 keys. Like, okay, I'm gonna go do it, and then pulling the flute out of Mimic Cave, I was like, there's a chance that you could go in here and just get the flute and not have the big key. So I was like, okay, well that's a possible out. that hook shot was stupid. Fuck, honestly, like,
Yep.
I went and I did Super Bunny, and I thought I'll check the first chest, but in my head I was like, no, you shouldn't do that. You should do Paradox and all that first, in case the hook shot's there, and then go do it. And I just pulling the hook shot, I was like, oh, that's so dumb. And then going left side in GT first. I've very recently changed my route, because I used to go hope right if I got a key, and then if it's key sanity, I just go right. I do hope right, and then I do left. But it's not been working recently, so I thought, yeah, okay, we'll go left. Plus, there's more items that side, and then yeah, it wasn't there. Went right, and it was literally the first chest. I was like, ah, fuck, like that's not good. And I know when I've got like Tso against like as my opponent, it's like I can't. There's not a second. I cannot give away a single second. So yeah, that felt like really terrible.
Speaking of Tso, they did finish in second place at 1 hour 47 and 53 seconds. So you did have a good 2-minute 26 win there. Very nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, it didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it at all. I was just like yeah. Everything that I checked that wasn't progression, I was like, it feels bad. It feels terrible. But
I think at one point, once it got to Desert Palace and Mire area, all it was just you and Tso going like back and forth, like, all right, we're gonna make this choice, we're gonna make this choice, and then it was just like a seesaw of who was ahead at that point. It could have been really anybody's game, and it really did come down to that GT routing, because Tso was going into GT right as I believe you were going over to the compass room. And they decided to rando rush. So they did have silvers from Bombo's tablet.
that's where
they
they
did
were.
Smith chain and such like that. Whereas I think you got to North Dark Road a little sooner than they did.
Yeah, it was a coin toss, honestly, and I don't know what it was. I thought just do Dark World, and then we can do it into Catfish. It was kind of like Zora was the big pull, because that was available like minute 1, and I just never had money for him. So it's like, let me just get him cleared off as well. And then yeah, it was. I thought about doing at least Pyramid Fairy maybe before going up, but I just thought like GT's so dense, and there's a good chance it's up there, so just go GT. And then if it wasn't up there, I felt like maybe we'd both be playing for what overworld check did I not do.
Yeah, and that was like you mentioned this. You mentioned the Zora check early. That was like the first moment really in which we had the start of what Sawyer aptly termed during the seed as like the constant seesaw between the two of you, because Tso did a setup to Houlihan to get Zora money, prioritized that before Bat. So you were first into the Dark World checks, but it was definitely swinging all over the place. And then after Swamp. Is where the lead really kind of started to build in your favor, because Tso was very thorough and continued to do a lot of the overworld checks, did Pyramid Fairy, did a lot of additional stuff, a lot of the mirror checks too.
Yeah. No,
and it's we were discussing it throughout the seed. It's such a tough dynamic to like know when or decide. How much stuff do I want to leave before I go to GT mode?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If Castle Tower key is not in GT, then I'm on the losing side of this. That it's a 50-50. Like, either you played for GT mode and it's there, or you go for Overworld and you can just go mod everything in GT, and it's.
And speaking of Tso, we do want to congratulate them. GG's to you, Tso. We are joined by Tso. After their stop in the randomizer Brazil. Thank you for coming on over. GG's.
Yeah. Go on.
No, go ahead.
No, just it's unfortunate that it's a, like you guys were saying, it's a tough decision between clearing what's left in the overworld against full clearing Ganon's basement, because it takes so much time to do Ganon's. and everything was kind of okay for me to route in. Because of the fluid activation to dismiss and then clear Pirate Ferry with finishing Swamp. So I just tried to make the best out of what I had left, since everything else was inside dungeons, and just hope for the best. But unfortunately for me, it was in GT.
And there were like the choices that you made. They were very good. They were very efficient. It just didn't work out that one time because I mean CT2 hunts are absolute trash. I did ask Brave this earlier. What is one thing that you were like, yes, I did really well on the seed, and then one thing that you may have been like, oh no, what's going on about the seed now?
I think my chain of hype to Cat to Dark Death Mountain, because since I hover, I usually prioritize my Dark Death Mountain, and since I never touched the mountain, I was kind of okay since Hookshot was in Hookshot K.
Yeah, that was so dumb, right?
Yeah, I was getting ready to change my grip to start hovering, and Hookshot showed up, and I had a good left over there. But I felt that my progression was really good, my riding decisions, because everything was falling into place really good. But I kind of felt bad when I left that Ice Palace big chest behind me, because
we were
I
wondering
ran out
about
of both.
Yeah.
I wanted to hover both sides to that gap, but since I have a little injury on the tip of my finger, I wasn't really confident, because if you messed up that hole, you lose so much time to get around the Ice Palace. So I just played safe. But as soon as I planted that last bomb, I was, I think I'm screwed here. But that and the death on Mothla, I think I died right on the last hit. But I just like to play low percent. I feel pretty confident on doing those bosses as Mothla and Cold low percent. I usually press those two dungeons if I have the access, because I know that a lot of people don't have the confidence to do it. So I try to make the best out of it. But
I am one of those people. I picked up. I was trying to pick up so many hearts, and they were dropping like magic all over the place. I'll get that. I'll just get that. And yeah, I don't like Moth at all, really. Even if I go in red mail 20 hearts butter sword, I still hate the fight. But going in with a fighter sword, it's like, I'm gonna just not be good at this. I'm not very good at using a hammer, so yeah, I am not one of those people who goes rushing Moth on low percent.
Yeah, I usually, if I had hammer, I just go for it, because I practice so much playing with hammer, and I adore the sword visits. So I just go for it, but this time didn't work out so much for me. But that's just random. The CT small hunt, and it can go either way. So
Yeah, no, definitely,
not a big
for sure.
deal, yeah.
Yeah, it was, for me, it was just, fortunate it was in GT. If it hadn't been in GT, then the result would absolutely be the opposite way around.
Yeah, we were a little bit worried for you, Tso, with that ice big chest skip, because that was a sword.
Yeah.
And Brave, the fourth sword is on Pyramid.
Oh, is it? I
Yep.
thought, like, after doing Swamp, I was like, just go do it. And then I was like, no, be brave and go to GT. It'll be absolutely fine. So, oh, that's what it was. Okay, I thought about there was like just about 2-3 times I thought about doing that check, and then I was like, no, surely I'm gonna get the 5/6s soon. And then when I think it was when TR was a pendant, I was like, what's right? I've got maps for Swamp and TR. Sorry, Thieves Town. What are they? And they were my 5/6. I was like, this is awful. But yeah, just being Castle Tower Go just sucks, and you have to hope that you make the right decision.
I feel like both of you put on a show for us today, and I really appreciate that. I think we may be wrapping up a little bit here. So, do either of you have any final thoughts that you would like to bring up on the seat?
Nah, just gonna give a huge shout out and thanks to Nielsen for doing the Restream. And tomorrow we'll have some more entertainment for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully Cross Hunt is as nice as this one was.
Yeah.
So that actually does bring it up. Brave, that should be your last match, and Tso, that should be your second match. Do you have
Yeah.
any other matches scheduled already?
I have one against Urdash on Friday. I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I'm gonna have my matches this week, and then I have to talk to Mike and to check out his schedule.
I think with Mike, you just tell him when you want to race, and you just yeah, it's like, Mike, we're racing this time. Okay. But yeah, just to echo, like, big shout out to Nissan for the restream, and also shout out to Randomizer Brazil as well for the other restream too. That's really awesome of him to cover this race as well.
Awesome. Well, good luck to both of you in the tournament. I don't have anything else, so Arya, if you want to go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Sawyer was awesome to get to come with you. I had a really fun time. This was a really great match. Just to echo those notions, Brave and Tso, you both played outstandingly well. This is I'm loath to watch back my own matches, but this is honestly a fun one to watch back because it was all over the place and a lot of fun. And thanks again to Nielsen for putting on this restream, his second of the day. These two runners are back tomorrow at the same time at the same station. Your all-purpose Brave and Tso restream channel, Nielsen Alex 92. And yeah, looks like we are going to raid Zen Arcane right now. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and hope you have a great rest of your day.